Hello everyone at Saber Forums. I've got a really exciting review to do today, one that I've been putting off for far too long because of too much work, but here it is. So it's the review of what I like to call the triad of sabers, the three most important sabers in my opinion in the Star Wars saga. And let's see. So first we've got the Ultrasabers Graflex SE, the Ultrasabers Archon V3.1 with the thin neck, and the Chosen One CE, so it's nickel plated by Ultrasabers. Now, I got these two far before this one. This one, it was the entry for the Autumn Raffle, and I managed to win something, yay! And I'll show you in a second once we're done with the review of these other three sabers. Now let's start with this one, the Graflex. I've had the Graflex for quite some time already, and it was a stunt saber to start with, but looking at this beauty, how could you not have it with sound? So I sent it over to Ultrasabers, and they did the sound install with Obsidian V4. It's amazing, an amazing saber. It's reminiscent of the Empire Strikes Back Graflex, if I'm not wrong. If it was the A New Hope, the activation box would be on this opposite side, on the right, but it's on the left, so it's more similar to Anakin's in Revenge of the Sith and Luke's in Empire Strikes Back, as well as Rey's and Finn's in The Force Awakens. It has the six grips, but it doesn't have any rivets, so that's something that's missing. Don't really mind that much. It also doesn't have any bubble strip or circuit card. Has an activation. It's an non-illuminated AV switch, and the two buttons. I got this one in chrome, this one in red. You can choose many different colors for these two buttons. Really nice bunny ears over here. I don't have any wrench that actually fits in this screw over here, but to be fair, I don't have the ones you use. I have the metric ones. We have a socket for the screw for the blade, and it's in Guardian Blue, single Guardian Blue with white flash and clash. Let's hear that. Look at that color and how loud. Swings and clashes, it's beautiful. It's actually a very comfortable hilt as a dueling saber. It's really light. It's really light. It doesn't look like a lightsaber. Yeah, but it's actually very nice because these parts over here, they're actually not metal. The black guards, they're some type of plastic, I believe. So it makes this hilt really light and really good for dueling. Really comfortable, actually. Doesn't look very comfortable because of all the grips and this section of here, but this is very smooth and it will allow two hands perfectly. Then onto more recent saber that I got. This is the Archon V3.1, obviously inspired by the Luke Return of the Jedi lightsaber. I got it in green, obviously, consular green. Good things and bad things. Well, the thin neck over here, it's beautiful. And it has one thing. It can be a disadvantage or an advantage. I don't know. You can consider it either way. Depends on your likes. This it's very shiny, or it's still very shiny, but it used to be so much more shiny. It loses its shininess very fast, but it's something that I like because if you remember well, this part is actually copper for Luke's saber. I prefer golden, but not very shiny golden. So the shininess going away is actually it's a win for me. Then another thing to note, it doesn't have an activation box over here. I might get one sometime once they're, you know, somewhere to be found, because they're really difficult to find for a good price. They're over there if you have tons of money to throw at them, but it's not easy to find. Then we have the classic pommel over here. You can get these parts in black as well. The classic pommel obviously looks classic. And we've got the D ring over here, or more like the Delta ring. And this goes very well for, instead of using a cover tech, you can use this over here. It works the same way, it just clips over here and it hangs from your belt really nice. Something else actually about the emitter. This is the thin neck. It's good for dueling, as I've tested, for medium dueling, even hard dueling. The problem is, actually, this is the V3.1. Apparently there are many problems with the V3 that because of the threading section, it kept unscrewing very easily. But I haven't noticed this problem with this one. The only thing worth noting, which might be a problem for some of you, is the lack of brightness. There's this foil going through, because the LED is sat over here, and the light has to travel all the way up onto the emitter. That's a long way without a blade, and obviously you lose a lot of brightness. And if you're like me, a person who loves Flash and Clash, it's a bit of a problem because you can't get Tri, which, you know, I don't know if it'll solve the problem, but it'll definitely do much better. You can't get it with Flash and Clash, but overall it's really nice. It also accepts a heavy grade blade, because it sandwiches in between this area over here, and it actually has very little it goes very shallow into the emitter itself. It wobbles a bit, so you have to tape your blade, but after that it's great. Again, V4 sound, and this is Luke's Return of the Jedi sound font, with that awesome screech. The sound fonts that I'm using are made by users from the Saber forum. I'd really like to mention the names, but unfortunately I've used so many that it's very difficult to tell which one's which. I think this one's Ninja Jesus, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just that one name that rings a bell. There are nice swings, and with that silver Flash and Clash, and off. Okay, maybe not. There we go. And finally, the chosen one, obviously Darth Vader's saber. There are many versions of Darth Vader's saber around. This is the A New Hope setting. We know this because the activation box isn't in line with these windows over here and the actual emitter. If this was over here, aligned over here, it would be more of a Empire Strikes Back. And then if this was aligned a bit closer as well, and the emitter section was the one of a Graflex but black, then it would be the Return of the Jedi. So this is, apparently it's nickel plated. I really can't tell much difference from the normal SE, except that it's slightly more shiny and a bit darker. I don't know if I recommend you getting it. It's a nice addition. It's the first CE saber that I have. It's a heavy saber, really heavy saber. This part over here emulates or simulates the area that you call the Graflex clamp, I think. This can actually be removed. I just don't have, again, same problem. I don't have a retention, a wrench that fits in here. But I'd like to leave it anyway. Again, no bubble strip or circuit card, but it's still a really nice touch over here. You can choose this box entirely silver, but I went with the black and the silver button because it's a really nice contrast, like the rest of the saber, which is black and silver. The shroud comes off by taking this thumb screw and this thumb screw. You can take this off as well, but you don't need to take it off to like get the shroud off. It doesn't look like metal, but it's actually could be aluminium. It's definitely metal, and it's a mate or matte. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's very nice. It's very nice. I added this. This isn't included in the saber. I added a D-ring just to make it more screen accurate. But it also has a cover tech over here. I don't know if I'm gonna remove it. I don't know. Like D-rings are very nice for show, very nice for classic look. But I personally prefer how it's held with a cover tech, with a cover tech wheel. So you can get these holes over here as either indentations, but not like patterns, but not windows. I got windows, and oh my god, it's gorgeous. Again, this one's blazing red, and it's with silver flash and clash. Very, very nice. This is the rip from Darth Vader's sound font. Again, I'd credit the one who did it, but unfortunately I can't remember. And they're free to download as well, which is really nice. Lovely. So I have to say I haven't tried this one yet for dueling. It seems a bit heavy, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to hold around. With one hand, honestly, it seems pretty good, except for the fact that it's quite heavy. But I guess you can fit two hands over here. It's just a bit awkward in terms of where you put them. But well, overall, it's a gorgeous saber, as you can see. Anyway, now going to a section of this video that I didn't really know that I was going to do before. But as I said before, this one was the entry for the Autumn Raffle. And I got this. It's Stun Saber. No sound or anything, and so it's a fourth price. I was really happy to get anything. Like Ultrasabers is so generous with its raffles. Also, because they're everywhere. They're all the time. They're doing a raffle, or a discount, or something. Now, as I said, there's no sound on it, but something really weird happened when I got this. I'm not a fan of black sabers. Like, mostly black sabers, but this one. Like I never had a black lightsaber except for a Reaper, and I didn't know they looked like this. Like to me, when I saw the photos, whenever I saw a black saber, it looked like toy, like a piece of plastic. But oh my god, like it's so shiny, it's so nice, it feels so nice. And I have already an Aeon V3, which is I believe this is the Dominix LE V3, which is essentially the same, but this one's black with the silver accents. And it's a really comfortable saber. But this is the nice part. It's in green, and the green goes so well with this saber, with the color of the saber. Like I'll pop in a blade just so you see it, because the effect is amazing. Look at that. I mean, come on. You have to be crazy not to like how it's just gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna make this now my main dueling blade. I duel with sound sabers, but I prefer to like most of the time duel with stun sabers. Just to take care of the electronics inside and everything. But they're all made for dueling. Since I really like dueling, since they warned that this part over here, the Archon V3, may not be the best for really heavy dueling, I got the Archon V3.1 as well, just in case. And it looks very nice. Now I'm gonna show you all of the sabers with blades. Just give me a moment. Now I want you to see these two, one beside the other, just so you see the difference in brightness, the difference that the thin neck makes. This is the stunt saber, and this is the thin neck. And you can see there's a big difference in brightness, unfortunately. I'm going to try to solve it by installing a tri-cree LED with green, and white. See if that does the trick. And I'll let you guys know, see if it works. Anyway, off and off, because I want you to see, as I said before, the triad of sabers. Wait, here and over here. So, you guys ready? Because this is going to be amazing. 1, 2, and 3. Just look at that. I'm not a big fan of the red that Ultrasabers uses, because as you can see by the video, it looks kind of orangey on cam. It's not actually like this. Like the red that you see on the bed over here is the shade of red that the blade is, but on camera it looks orange. So I'm gonna see if I can install a deep red LED instead. But yeah, that's it. So just to finish, thank you Ultrasabers for this amazing gift. Well, more like prize. This is gonna become my dueling saber. It's just beautiful. I never knew the accents looked so nice on a black saber. Yeah. So Dominix LE V3. It's great. Now, just to finish up, I'm really glad to have finally a proper Darth Vader saber. Maybe I would have preferred a Empire Strikes Back with this aligned over here, but I don't know, like A New Hope is fine. It's really nice. It's the first Darth Vader saber, so I'm really happy with it. What I had before was the Prophecy. This is modified to look like Anakin's lightsaber from Attack of the Clones. But I used to have this in black as well, with a bit of heat shrink, and it looked great as a mini Darth Vader saber with deep red LED. Now it's with it's not Arctic blue, but it's just in between. It's a custom color that I made with an RGB LED. It's just in between Guardian blue and Arctic blue. It's really nice. And then the other Vader saber that I have right now is this thing. Not quite sure how to call it. It's really nice, don't get me wrong. This is the body of from here to here. It's the body of a Warglaive. And these are stick-on guards. Really nice EFX guards, rubber ones. These over here, they're really good, but they have unstuck a few times. But these ones, wow, like they have never come off a bit. Really, really nice, really hard as well, so it's not entirely comfortable, but it's an amazingly comfortable saber. For those fans over there that know about Ultrasabers, you might recognize this is the Reaper emitter. and these are the screws or the nuts from the actual Prophecy saber. And this is it's a Highlander MPP clamp with a bubble strip. And it's what I put together to have my first Darth Vader saber. It's with an Emerald Air RGB, and it's the closest that I could get. So I'm really happy to have finally a proper Darth Vader saber. I'd really like to make this a Return of the Jedi style Darth Vader saber by substituting this emitter with something similar to a Graflex emitter, just so it looks like Return of the Jedi. So if you guys know how to get one which is black anodized, please let me know. So, and just to show you, this is emerald, so you're gonna see a bit of sparkly compared to this one up here. They're both amazing. There we are. So, I hope you enjoyed the review. I really hope, it's obviously too long, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. See ya!